7 squirrels. I've put 7 squirrels in the box. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squirrels. I've put 7 squirrels in the box. Let's keep going. This is lots of fun.
Nature, but whenever I see a problem like this, I like to expand out what 4,356 really is. So let me rewrite the number. So if I were to write, and I'll write it in different colors. So 4,356 is equal to, and just think about how I just said it. It is equal to 4,000 plus 300 plus 300 plus 50 plus 50 plus 6. And you can come up with that just based on how we said it, 4,356.
Now you might be saying, well, what I want to do in this video is give an introduction to the language or some of the characters that we use when we talk about geometry. And I guess the best place to start is even think about what geometry means. You might recognize the first part of geometry right over here. You have the root word geo, the same word that you see in things like geography and geology. And this refers to the earth. This refers, my E looks like a C right over there. This refers to the earth. And then you see this metry part, and you see metry in things like trigonometry as well, and metry, or the metric system, and this comes from measurement. This comes from measurement, or measurement. So when someone's talking about geometry, so if we just start at a dot, that dot right over there, it's just a point, it's just that little point on that screen right over there, we'd literally call that a point. And I'll call that a definition. And the fun thing about mathematics is that you can make definitions. We could have called this an armadillo, but we decided to call this a point, which I think makes sense because it's what we would call it in just everyday language as well. That is a point. Now, what's interesting about a point is that it is just a position, that you can't move on a point. If you were at this point, and if you moved in any direction at all, you would no longer be at that point. So you cannot move on a point. So what if we started at one point, and we wanted all of the points, including that point, that connect that point and another point. So all of these points right over here. So what would we call this thing? All of the points that connect A and B along a straight, and I'll use everyday language here, along kind of a straight line like this. Well, we'll call this a line segment. In everyday language, you might call it a line, but we'll call it a line segment. Because we'll see when we talk in mathematical terms, a line means something slightly different. So this is a line segment. And once again, we need a way to label these line segments that have the endpoints. And what's a better way to label a line segment than with its actual endpoints? So we would refer to this line segment over here. We would put its endpoints there. And to show that it's a line segment, we would draw a line over it, just like that. This line segment down here, we would write it like this. And we could have just as easily written it like this.